Welcome to Japanese Classroom. This lesson is about how to describe giving and receiving in Japanese. This is obvious, but we have to keep in mind that giving and receiving takes place at the same time. So there are always two sentences for one action, one for giving and the other for receiving. Let's start. To give is あげる、あげます and to receive is もらう、もらいます。When one person does the action of あげます, the other person at the other end does the action of もらいます. And in a healthy relationship, these actions also happen the other way around. Now I'd like to draw your attention to the word あげます. In kanji, it's written like this. What does that kanji mean? Yes, it means up. So literally, あげます means to put something up. There is a reputation that Japanese people are polite and that they are respectful. I'm not sure if that is really the case, but it is true that our language is ingrained to show respect to other people. One easy way to show our respect is to place ourselves lower than the person we are talking to. So when we give something to somebody, I can say あげます to put something up. However, if I'm at the receiving end, the word あげます doesn't sound right. If I say あげます, I'm putting myself above the other person, and that can't happen in our language. So what do? We change the word. We use the word くれます instead. This happens only when I want to say somebody gives me or gave me something. Okay then, let's have a look at the way we use these verbs. When John gives Amy some flowers, that is, John さんは Amy さんに花をあげます。は is the topic marker. に is the destination marker because the flowers go to Amy. And お is the object marker because 花 is the target of the action of giving. When the same action is described, focusing on Amy receiving flowers from John, that is, Amy さんは John さんから花をもらいます。Here, から is the starting point marker. The flower came from John, so から is used. You can change the particle から to に also. This に is, however, not the destination marker, but it is the action taker marker in a passive context. It's a bit mouthful. Amy's action もらいます is a passive act. Actual active action of giving is done by John, so に is used after John. Let's reverse the arrow. Now, Amy is giving a present to John. If we focus on Amy, the giver, Amy さんは John さんにプレゼントをあげました。If we focus on John, the receiver, John さんは Amy さんからプレゼントをもらいました。or John さんは Amy さんにプレゼントをもらいました。Even when I take Amy's place, as long as I am at the giving end, nothing changes. Me giving the present to John is 私はジョンさんにプレゼントをあげました。And grammatically, it is possible to focus on John receiving from me and say, ジョンさんは私からプレゼントをもらいました。or ジョンさんは私にプレゼントをもらいました。However, in real life, I don't think we would use this pattern very often. When John gives me something, if I focus on me receiving and start the sentence with 私は, it's just normal. I received some flowers from John is 私はジョンさんから花をもらいました。or ジョンさんに花をもらいました。Only when I say John gave me some flowers, the verb changes, and that is ジョンさんは私に花をくれました。Having said that, the verb くれる is used only when somebody gives me something. So I can skip 私に altogether because the verb くれる already includes me. ジョンさんは花をくれました is sufficient. Let's recap the story. Basic pattern is if I focus on giving, giver はレシーバーにアイテムをあげます。And if I focus on receiver, receiver はギバーにアイテムをもらいます。or receiver はギバーからアイテムをもらいます。Only when I say somebody gave me something, it changes to ギバーはアイテムをくれます。I don't mind finishing this lesson here, but I think I should mention one more thing. And that relates to this diagram. I said we Japanese make ourselves sound polite by putting ourselves lower than the other person. So we use くれます instead of あげます when somebody is giving me something. This happens even when friends are talking to each other where we don't really need to be polite. So when we really should show our respect, that should be reflected in our language. I put an old person's picture at the top. That's because we are expected to show respect to older people. But we also should show respect to other people like our boss or bosses, customers, teachers, all sorts of people. When we are giving something to one of those people, we use 差し上げます instead of あげます。We usually don't say somebody received something from me, so we don't have the receiving version of this word. When somebody higher gives me something, we use くださいます instead of くれます。The word ください, which many of you would remember as please, comes from here. So the original meaning of ください is please give me. If I focus on me receiving, the same action can be expressed with いただきます. Yes, that is the same word as you should say when you're about to eat. いただきます means I humbly receive something given to me from high above. The words can be changed like this, but the pattern doesn't change. And I said we should show respect to various people, but at the same time, respectful speech also gives a sense of distance. As you talk more respectfully, you sound more unfriendly. So it is important to keep a good balance between respect and friendliness. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you liked this lesson, please subscribe to my channel and give a thumb up. Also, for more resources, please visit EasyJapaneseE.com. また今度 !See you next time!